Alright, so this is fun. I woke up at 6 this morning because I went to bed last night at 10, which is super early for me. And George Zimmerman's video testimony has been released. I haven't seen any of the analysis except for I logged on to YouTube and somebody said, look, George is a liar, and they had like 20 seconds, not the best part. So I've used my video timecode tool, which is a public tool, so this is what it's for. Something like this when we go over and over and want to have notes. So I just took 10-second notes, so these aren't refined. They're a little bit too I mean, the 10 seconds, and some of them might be 2 or 3 seconds. But here's a couple things I figured I'd play right away. Let's see if I can remember from the notes. One I thought was good is, okay, look where George Zimmerman gestures when saying he went for his phone. So his story is that he met Trayvon there at the T. He actually says at the T. They have the walkthrough video, and he says at the T. It's like, hello, how'd you get down there? That's part of the story. I don't know, maybe the wind blew it. Anyway, he says he got attacked at the T and went down. There's no way they rolled on the ground down there and he got shot and rolled down there or something. He doesn't even try to explain it, doesn't seem like. But anyway, he says he went for his phone. He was going to call the cops. And he went for his phone. Look where he gestures. Okay, we'll make this big.
Or someone I'd like. Okay. At that point, you went for your phone?
Yes, sir.
And they punched you in the face?
I answered him. I said, no, I don't have a problem. Okay. And that's when
Okay, so I'm going to adjust this. Let's put this to another 2 seconds there. And we don't need to have all of that, so let's go back to like 38. Let's play that.
I don't have a problem. Okay. And that's when I went for my phone and punched her in the face.
Okay, so
I don't have a problem. Okay. And that's when I went for my phone and punched her. I don't have a problem. Okay. And that's when I went for my phone. I don't have a problem. Okay. And that's when I went for my phone and punched her.
it's not perfect on the start time because the YouTube keyframes issue. Let's try that.
Okay, and that's when I went for my phone.
Oh my God, look at this. Okay.
Okay, and that's when I went for my phone. Okay, and that's when I went for my phone.
He gestures up and and his holster's like up here. I don't really know where his holster was.
Okay, and that's when I went
It's
for
like
my phone.
drawing a gun to me. Okay, but that doesn't matter. Maybe people say, well, it wasn't his phone. He didn't have his phone is the thing. So they have the stress exercise. This I thought was weird. Let's see what the zone is on this one.
Did he go before you got in with his left hand or your right hand?
I don't recall. I don't recall.
Oh, wait, that's mislabeled.
I don't know if he did it at the same time or what the case was, but I got to it first.
Okay. And then how did you come to fire upon it? Did he go before you got in with his left hand or your right hand?
I don't recall. He was like putting all his weight on my nose and my mouth,
Okay.
trying to suffocate me.
Uh-huh.
So he was like creating a crevice with his body,
Uh-huh.
and
That's what I
then
mean.
he when he slid to go for my gun.
Did he go before you got in with his left hand or your right hand?
I don't recall.
I said
I don't know if
GZ
he
free
did it at the same
hands.
time or what the case was, but I got to it first.
Okay. And then how did you come to fire upon him?
Oh yeah, this was GZ free hands. See, these are 10-second things I took sometime after things that are more like 30 seconds. So let me just go back. Let's say an extra 30 seconds. So it's about his free hands.
Were you both your hands on the weapon?
No, sir.
Okay. Where was his hand when you went to retrieve the weapon?
One hand was pointing towards the gun. He took it off my mouth.
Right.
And I was trying to get his hand. He was suffocating me, so I was trying to get his hands off of my face.
Mm-hmm.
Hand going down the side of my chest. And
so you felt something like this?
Yeah, like
okay.
Brushing. And to be honest with you,
see, what I'm doing is I'm trying to find the proper start. I took these notes. They're 10 seconds old. If it was after 60 seconds, it's harder. It's
hand going down the side of my chest. And
so you felt something like this?
Yeah, like
okay.
Brushing. And to be honest with you, the whole time I forgot that I had the gun.
Mm-hmm.
When he said that I was going to die, and then I felt...
When you're laying on the ground, you're laying on your back, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's when your jacket came up and he saw your gun, right?
Yes, sir.
Your gun on your left side, right side?
On my right side.
Okay, so your gun's on your right side. Where were your hands at?
Trying to keep his hands.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I wanted to get.
And you felt, what did you...
See, that's the part I was trying to get. So yeah, this is like a minute and a half clip I really wanted to make, but maybe I should have created a 1 minute note or something too. But so this is, his hands were free the whole time according to his story. The guy asked him why he was staying in proximity of the...
Why did you try to maintain such close proximity to him?
To tell the police what direction he was headed in.
Okay, so see, he admits that he stayed in close proximity.
Did you feel that you put yourself in danger?
No, because where I was parked, my headlights were illuminating,
mm-hmm.
and I saw him turn down and by the time I was on the phone with the non-emergency, mm-hmm. by the time I got to where he was at, I felt he had already made his way. I've called non-emergency probably a dozen times, and these guys are known just to run. As soon as they get suspicious, they run, and they know the neighborhood back and forth, and they just disappear in between houses within seconds. So I kind of walked, and I looked around the corner, and he was gone.
See, I would think this would tell him it anyway.
That's why I told him non-emergency. He's gone.
Okay. All right. The other thing I found is this this presentation of the map at New York Times. So there's the whole scene, and then it zooms in to the 7-Eleven, then it zooms into the housing development where he probably came in. The clubhouse zooms there. So anyway, this would be a good place for a new walkthrough. The thing is, there's this one guy that's saying maybe they came down this way. I don't think so. I think Trayvon went in here. George went over here, came back and started checking this out. And Trayvon must be in hiding that time. I don't think George necessarily came over here until the next day, actually. I think he was probably here the whole time. Went down here and was telling himself in his head, well, I'm here. And now he superimposed the two locations. It's like it was dark and everything, and we know it was here that he was fighting. He said he looked in the screen door, but he said he went down here. He in the walkthrough the next day over at the site, he said he went down here, gets attacked here, shoots the guy here, guy's dead here. He says while he's shooting down, the only interaction he had was with John, corroborating John's story, witness number 7, story of mystery, the weirdness of that one, and so what's with that? That's a pretty big, a discrepancy in facts in a crime, in a homicide of 40 feet or whatever, 30 feet, whatever it is. That's big. Okay. So this thing keeps zooming in. And I was going to use this to say, there's no way What's-in-Face would have found me. I probably would have come in here, come back out here, seen if he was back to his truck. Maybe stayed here and seen him. If when he was coming down here like this, I would have come out this way. Come back in here, checked him out. Ding. Okay. End of transmission.